For Russia, the failure was harder to spin. State media reported a successful operation, showing footage of explosions that were in fact decoy hits. But in military circles, anger grew. Dozens of expensive missiles and drones had been wasted. Launch crews had been destroyed. Commanders had been tricked. The very precision that Russia had prided itself on, the timing, the coordination, had been used against them. Strategically, the ambush shifted momentum. NATO leaders now saw proof that Ukraine could not only survive Russian strikes, but also turn them into opportunities. It demonstrated that with proper intelligence, advanced defenses, and disciplined troops, Ukraine could neutralize one of Russia's strongest weapons. For Ukraine's allies, it justified continued support. For Russia, it forced new questions. Could they keep launching costly strikes if so many ended in failure? The dawn that Russia hoped would break Ukraine's defenses instead exposed their own weaknesses. A strike meant to terrify turned into a symbol of Ukrainian resilience. And as the smoke cleared, one truth was undeniable. With 6:40 a.m., Russia walked into a trap they never saw coming. War is often thought of as power measured in numbers: how many tanks, how many troops. But the trap at 6:40 a.m. showed a different truth. Wars are also won by patience, deception, and timing. Ukraine did not have more firepower that morning. What they had was intelligence, discipline, and the will to wait until the exact moment when the enemy exposed itself. This event was more than a single battlefield victory. It was a lesson written in fire and steel. Russia relied on brute force, confident that numbers and precision timing would overwhelm defenses. Yet Ukraine turned that confidence into weakness. By knowing the exact time of the strike, they flipped Russia's strength into a vulnerability. The very clock Russia trusted became the trigger for its own defeat. The role of allies could not be ignored. U.S. Navy surveillance, satellites, and intelligence sharing shaped the outcome. These tools gave Ukraine the ability to see beyond its own borders, to predict movements and prepare traps that would have been impossible alone. The Navy did not fire a single shot, but its unseen hand guided every Ukrainian move. It was proof that in modern warfare, information is as powerful as artillery. For Ukraine's soldiers, the morning of the ambush will remain etched in memory. The silence before the strike. The patience required to hold fire. The moment missiles rained down, only to hit decoys. The counterblows that turned fear into victory. These were not just tactical maneuvers. They were reminders that survival depends on brains as much as bravery. For Russia, the reflection is darker. Every failed strike drains resources, weakens morale, and exposes vulnerabilities. If Ukraine can turn a well-planned 6:40 a.m. attack into disaster, what might they do in the future? What traps still wait, unseen, ready to close at the next dawn? As the world watched, one thing became clear. The war is no longer decided by size alone. It is decided by strategy, by adaptation, and by the ability to make the enemy believe a lie until it is too late. And so the story of 6:40 a.m. stands as a symbol not just of one battle, but of the enduring truth of warfare. Victory belongs to those who can think faster, deceive deeper, and strike smarter.